How's it going, everybody? My name is Mick and welcome to Boots On. It's been some time since my last video and apologies for how long that took, but for now I'm very excited to finally release the first video on my trip to New Zealand. Our trip begins with a 3-hour flight from Sydney, Australia to Queenstown Airport, New Zealand. The South Island in particular, known as Te Waipunamu, is full of nature and scenic views. I've been itching to go and hike some of their beautiful trails. Unfortunately, on our previous trip, we were unable to do any hiking due to bad weather. Fingers crossed it won't be the same this time. What we've done so far is just picked up the car and picked up a couple of groceries and bits and pieces just so we've got some food, some snacks to sort of keep us going. We need to get to Wānaka, which is a bit over an hour's drive from where we are right now. We are at Queenstown Airport and there is a distillery on the way that if you want to go see, I highly recommend. The Cardrona Distillery, I believe it's called. And we may or may not be going there. I don't think we're going there today. We're probably going there in a day or two, but I'll keep you guys posted and see how we go. So for now, we're going to get ourselves back on the road and on the way. Unfortunately, at this point, the wind was so loud that I couldn't actually hear myself speak even in the replay and with noise reduction. So basically, we almost missed the spot the last time we visited this area, and we nearly missed it again because we came from a different side, and we managed to find it thankfully, and it has an amazing view just over the steps behind me. Okay, after a whole heap of driving for about an hour or so, we finally get to Wānaka, which is another very popular destination in the South Island of New Zealand. Queenstown being pretty much the #1 spot that everyone likes to go to, and Wānaka a very close second, but other people might complain and say they reckon Wānaka's better. First things first, check out this view as you get. We're right on the water and we can get some awesome sunsets coming in. I'm going to really enjoy staying here. Morning. It is 4:30 in the morning in Wānaka. We are on the way, we're about to leave, to attempt Roy's Peak. It's going to be probably the hardest one we've done so far, and we want to make it for the sunrise at the top there, so this is why we're leaving super early. I heard there's other people to do a similar sort of situation, and we'll just have to see how we go. So we're going to quickly go to the servo, pick something up real quick and head out there. It's about to be sunrise, and unfortunately I don't think we're going to make it to the peak, but at least we'll catch a sunrise and eventually get to the peak. My GoPro is unoperational. It's not working due to the cold. Unfortunately, it's a big drawback of these GoPros. The cold weather and extreme heat can actually stop them from working altogether, so I'm forced to use my phone, but thankfully it's not too bad. So let's keep going and reach that peak. Just to give you guys a bit of a look of how far we've actually come.
view just keeps getting better and better. And I can't wait for that sun to peak over there. Would have preferred to see it at the peak, but I'll take what I can get. Sunrise at Roy's Peak. Except we're a little bit under Roy's Peak. We didn't quite make it yet, but we're on the way. Just had to stop and record the sunrise while we had the opportunity. Check the weather and it reckons it's around -3 degrees at the moment. Well, we see the sunrise. We're gonna have to keep going because to show you where we gotta go, we still have to climb up there somewhere. Roy's Peak is somewhere up there, and I believe you can go all the way over there. We're gonna see how far we can go. Well, we got very close, but we didn't quite make it to Roy's Peak. It's still a good couple of 100 meters altitude wise to actually get there, but we gave it a good crack and we just fell a little bit short. We also fell a little bit short of actually getting there by sunrise. As you can see, the sun's come up now and we've gotten a decent view at it, but we didn't quite get there. So lesson learned, train a little bit harder for next time, and hopefully we'll get there the next time we come around here and give it another attempt. In the meantime, enjoy the view. We spent the next hour and a half descending back to the car. At this point, our legs were pretty much done for the day, so we decided to celebrate the attempt with beers and a view. Later that night, we headed down towards Arrowtown for a soak at the onsen hot pools. Highly recommended after a day of hiking or snowboarding. How's it going, everybody? Today is day 2. Technically day 2. Actually day 3. A lot of things to do in Wānaka. Lots of shops here, lots of touristy spots you can take a look. They've got a nice little lake that you can sort of take a nice walk around. The other thing you can also do is take a look at the food places. There's a lot of really good food around Wānaka. There's a little section on, I can't remember the name of the road, but it's a road basically that's up. If you sort of continue going west on that road, there's like a little road there. It does a slight little decline on the road, and you get to this little section on the left where they've actually got a whole bunch of food trucks. They look like food trucks, but they're sort of a semi-permanent positioning that they have there, and they've got like a little section in the middle with some like communal seating, so you can sort of sit down and enjoy your meal. And they got things like I think a place called Firebird, which got like spicy chicken. You've got like a little sushi one, little food truck there, and you've got a few other ones there too. So there's quite a few to choose from in that section. So I highly recommend going there because they've got a really tasty coffee place there. But more than anything else, they've got these scones. They've got a cheese scone, which is very tasty, but the number one for me, they've got a jalapeno and chorizo scone that they toast up and put butter on. Really tasty. Like, I'm not a huge jalapeno fan. I like spicy, but I'm not a huge jalapeno fan. But that hit the spot. So highly recommend that place if you guys come down. So now being day 3, we've gone out for a bit, gotten our breakfast and our scones again because we're such a huge fans of those, and decided to just do a quick little walk around, and we've realized that we still haven't hit a distillery yet. So what we're going to aim to do now is head out to the Cadrona distillery, check out what they've got down there, and we are actually scheduled in for the New Zealand gun range at 2 p.m. So from there it's about 10-minute drive, so we're nice and close. We're basically going to head up there right after that. So yeah, day's looking pretty good. Tomorrow morning's going to be a really interesting start. I'm going to just mention it now because it's going to be another early start. Going to be hard to record about much lighting and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, tomorrow morning we're getting up nice and early, probably leaving around 6:30-ish and driving straight up to Hooker Valley and doing a hike up there. That is a very minimal altitude hike. It's only about 100 meters in total. 10 kilometers all up, but it's only 5Ks one way, 5Ks one way back. So it's not too long. It's actually pretty decent, especially considering our legs haven't fully recovered from the 800 or so meters we ascended, but it is what it is. So that's not too bad. After that, we're going to head down to High Country Salmon, get some fresh salmon, get some food there, get basically a bit of lunch, and then head over to, and I apologize if I'm butchering the name, Lake Tekapu. So from there, we'll basically get there, put all our luggage down, and then head over to Lake Tekapu Springs and get ourselves set up there. That's what the road map is looking at right now, and I'm going to show you one more time the lovely view that we have here at from our hotel.
So we're back on the road again. We just stopped at the Cadrona Distillery, picked up some fantastic whiskey. In particular, I picked up the Full Flight whiskey, which is the 7-year-old aged, and it's in the low 60% alcohol, so it's pretty strong, but it's beautiful. So I highly recommend it if you come down here. You can also give it a bit of a taste test as well. There's a few nips that they let you take in case you want to try. And now we're going back towards Real Guns New Zealand to take some shots, and we'll see what we can get our hands on. So apparently there is, if anyone knows their ammunition types, I play a game called Escape from Tarkov. So if you're actually aware of that game, then you'll know the ammunitions that I'm talking about. So apparently I can shoot the 7.62 by 54R, which is the Mosin type round, and the 338 Lapua, which I'm very, very keen to give a go. So let's see how we go with that. After shooting a rifle with 22 LR rounds, we moved on to clay pigeon shooting with a 12 gauge shotgun. They do have the option of using a 20 gauge if the recoil is a bit too much for you. First on the list was a Mosin Nagant, firing 7.62 by 54R rounds. This cartridge was first introduced back in 1891 and is still in military use today.
Jesus.
Oh, I got it. Next was a 338 Lapua. Our instructor advised me to cover the top of the scope with my thumb, as due to the powerful recoil, an inexperienced user like myself could very well end up with a gash above his eye. Last on the list, but certainly not the least, a 50 caliber rifle. This round doesn't muck around, and on top of the previous warning for my forehead, I was advised to lean in and brace for it. Unfortunately, it was time to head back, get some dinner, and prep for the next morning as we had a nice and early start the following day. But before we move on, here is a quick list of things to do in Wānaka, New Zealand. Wānaka is an all-year destination, meaning in summer you can come down and do activities involving the lake, or visit in winter and hit the slopes. If you enjoy hiking, there are many around Wānaka to enjoy. If you plan on attempting Roy's Peak, please look up the details, as there is a period of time every year where it is closed off from the public. If activities are more your thing, you can try the firing range at Real Guns NZ or Puzzle World, which has a full-size maze for you to get lost in. If a slower speed is more your preference, you can visit the Lavender Farm, which also has a large garden to enjoy. And with that, completes the first 3 days at Wānaka, New Zealand. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.